Hi, Stephen here. It's a very hot day today. I just had a catch up with a acquaintance in the property arena. Both of us has been in the property scenes for, I don't know, at least 12, 15 years. So we had a good catch up, and this is the conversation that we had. Just to give you a bit of background, the last time we spoke to each other was we're trying to do a joint venture deals. He's the type of person that finds development deals, and I'm the potential money partner that would like to form a JV joint venture with him. So the last time we catch up was 2022, and when I did a search back on the message log. Anyway, we were talking about two types of incomes that both of us are working on. The first type of income is actually like a steady income where every month it will comes in like a clockwork without me having to do much. This sort of income, example would be like rental income, any form of dividends payment. Sometimes you can also call that passive income. So you're basically getting it without you doing much of the work. There's another type of income which we describe as a bursty income, right? Like a one-time income. So income that comes in sporadically, very bursty sort of a format. So those type of incomes generally could be to do with things like your side hustles. For his case, it'll be whenever he does his project, he get for example, buyer agency fees and a project consultant's fees. When the project finish, he got to pay out. So that is sort of like a lumpy type of an income. So we were talking about these two types of income, and both of us has basically reached in a form of agreement whereby we all both acknowledge that steady income is important because that's our bread and butter, the sort of income that we need to live, and also the sort of income that you need to pay your regular things like children's school fees or rent or mortgage payment, right? So those steady income is important for you to support those basic form of expenses that you have. Now, the lumpy income basically is good for doing something that you like. It can be something that you're very good at work. It can be your passion project, or it can be your some pain that you have solved before, and you try to help other people solving the same pain now. And then whenever you give that consultation, you get a lumpy sort of income or reward for that. So I suppose both of these two forms of incomes are important because if you're not actively working, so the second type of lumpy income, I can call it the active income. So when you're actively working, you get that lumpy incomes every now and then, school for holidays and things like that you can spend on, even when you want to buy a car, or there's some unexpected expenditure like your solar panel or your hot water system, a little renovations for your house, for your investment property. So all those little lumpy outgoing as well can be covered by this sort of lumpy income. In summary, so we both agree that for the fact that we all love to have our steady income. Sometimes we call it passive income in the financial education world, and active income, which is the lumpy income that gets whenever you work. Now, this is the point. To achieve financial freedom, generally you will need to reach a stage where the steady income is enough to support all your monthly or regular expenditure. That is when you can say you are financially free, when your steady income is able to sustain your monthly regular expenditure. Okay, the active income is good to build out your savings, to build out your other funds that you can use for further investment purposes. Like if you want to buy another investment property, or you want to invest in a course or a mentoring course, you can actually use those lumpy income to pay for them. So yeah, I hope this little sharing helps. I run an education program called Elevation Educations, where we help people building this steady form of income so that you can have the choice to quit your 9-to-5 when this steady income is able to sustain your regular expenditure, your regular spending requirements. I actually achieved that myself, but I spent about 13 years to get to where I am. So I hope to help my younger self to achieve that in a much shorter amount of time. If you're interested in knowing how and what you can do to achieve a state of financial freedom, feel free to leave me a comment down below or just DM me and I can share some more information with you. All right, stay cool and I'll see you next time.